and we bring it to you. Every time we turn live, man, you know it's the truth. Every after show, moving down, this the time we move around. No Gimmicks podcast is going down. Every night, every time in the ring. This is time for the No Gimmicks, no, we doing our thing. What's your state of mind? State divine. Moving down a statement when we take the line. This is exactly wrestling the state design. When you see Stone Cold like me, with the stunner in the world, exactly, man, what we bring. Every night we move like Brock Lesnar, the F5, No Gimmicks. We take you to your limit, what's the feeling? When we live in the air, you know we on, that's the time. Guarantee we move, you know how we respond. The state is mine, the state design when we feel it. Moving down, what's the healing? No Gimmicks.
Yo, what is up? Welcome back to the No Gimmicks podcast here on the DFPN. Tonight, we decided we wanted to do something a little different. We wanted to go live. This was an eventful weekend for us, so we might as well knock this one out as soon as possible. But before we get into the show, we got a good one for you guys tonight. Let's get the pleasantries out the way, and then we can move right into the show. Join us on the Patreon, DFPN, patreon.com/DatFeelingPodcast. If you are not listening to this show and watching us live normally, if you want to watch us live, go there. But tonight we're outside the confines because this is just too big of a show today. So DFPN, patreon.com/DatFeelingPodcast. Subscribe to the Bandcamp, datfeeling.bandcamp.com. And of course, we have the merch. Hit us at the Teespring, search Dat Feeling Podcast, and you will be able to get our merch. My co-host, the fabulous one, Frankie D. What is up, brother? This was an eventful weekend, man.
No, we actually, well, first of all, I'm great, Black Mac. This was a very eventful week. In not only No Gimmicks for us,
yeah,
but just professional wrestling in general. And we're gonna get it's gonna be a fun show tonight. We're not gonna be too negative about anything tonight. This is gonna be positive because something happened that I have been saying on this show for
he is vindicated tonight.
Yeah,
ladies and gentlemen.
I don't know what the last 2 months or whatever that I have been saying this.
Yeah.
So we gonna go ahead and get into it, bro. Let's do it.
Let's get into it, man. The first thing right out of the gate. Last night it was announced TNA is back in business. Announced that Bound for Glory. They did this video. They dropped the vignette they did for it was actually really well done. What are they talking about? And it just had me what are they talking about? And then, boom, here we go. TNA is now back in existence.
Bro, you were at my house. you were here. All right?
Yes.
I saw this online. All right. I saw it on one of the pages I follow on Facebook. And I'm like, you have got to be fucking kidding me. Are you serious right now? So as I'm watching this video, I'm like, for real, people, I'm not bullshitting you. I'm getting goosebumps. I got goosebumps when the video was over and I saw the TNA logo. And the guy said, and they used the guy's voice used to do the announcing before he passed away. This is total non-stop action wrestling. This is TNA wrestling.
Yeah.
And he put on there, we are back. So a little while ago, I went further into this. So I went and saw actual the live crowd reaction from inside the building at Bound for Glory. And the place popped big for this announcement. This is something that I believe wrestling fans in general have been wanting for a long time. And that's what I said. I've never understood it, even going back to the Bischoff-Hogan days at TNA. I never understood why the company was changed to Impact Wrestling. I mean, it was still TNA, but it was TNA Impact Wrestling. It was when they had the blue logo.
Yeah.
I never understood why they did that. That was the TV show. It's like WCW saying, the company is out called Nitro. It just doesn't make any sense.
Right.
So I'm happy as hell that TNA is back. What does it mean? Don't know. I mean, we won't know anything really until January when this under the first TNA pay-per-view is going to be hard to kill.
Right.
But we also have to understand something with this situation here. And I'm not trying to be negative. I'm not going to be negative. I'm trying to put this the most positive spin on it. Changes are not going to be overnight as far as trying to regrow that audience. It's a lot of damage that was done to the TNA brand. We saw a video last night about this.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe, though, that at this point, they could do a lot of goodwill with a lot of people to bring those people back, especially the people who are feeling alienated from the bigger companies such as the WWE and AEW at this time.
Mm-hmm. Well, we got some surprises last night at Bound for Glory, and that was a tell that they are at least trying to change.
Right.
And for what I will say, and I've been an advocate for Impact for the past couple of months because I have been tuning into the product.
Right.
I will say they need to get a deal. If they can get a TV deal, everything is going to work itself out. Because in my mind, for my opinion, and this is just my opinion, Impact Wrestling right now has the best product. It's just no one can find it. It's hard to find. If they can get themselves worked into a TV deal, in which I was going to pose this question to you as well when I saw this come about. Actually, I asked you this morning, and it was, NWA, we talked about this last week. They're moving to a more territorial system, right? Yeah. What if, because TNA was under the NWA umbrella, what if they just slide themselves back under that umbrella and now voila, now they're on the CW? Would that work for people? That would be my question. Would this work for people or not? Because it's a great move to go back to it, in which right now there's a whole lot of questions of, well, how's that any different from Impact? Which is a valid question, but my answer to that would be, well, if you want to slide them into a TV deal, it makes perfect sense. If you know the history of TNA, that it was once under NWA, it can slide right back under that system, go on the CW.
I don't like that idea, to be honest with you, because when TNA first started, when the Jerrys first started, Jeff and Jerry Jarrett, I believe, along with the late Bob Ryder as well.
Mm-hmm.
TNA was essentially an NWA affiliate. Yes.
Right.
And I believe around 2004 or 5, don't quote me on this, is when they dropped the NWA.
Mm-hmm.
And they went on their own, much like WCW dropped the NWA in about 93.
Right.
So I don't really see the two companies joining up together at all. There might still be some bad blood there with Billy Corgan.
Could be.
And the fact that, as we watched the video last night, the fact that I believe Dixie Carter still owns about 5% of TNA Wrestling.
Right.
And I know they had a big litigation, years ago for that, $1.8 million that Billy Corgan loaned to TNA to keep it going. I don't see them doing any kind of business. But also, in the wrestling business, it's never say never, because
right.
I remember for many years, New Japan Pro Wrestling would not deal with WCW after they felt WCW kind of screwed them over in the early 90s.
Right.
It wasn't until Eric Bischoff came along and Sonny Ono came along and they were able to get that relationship together and start doing business. So I'm not ruling it out. I just don't think that right now would be a good time to do that. NWA is doing their own thing. It is, like you say, going back to being a territorial system.
Right.
I think that TNA doesn't really fit into that. TNA has to be different.
They have to be on their own.
They have to be on their own.
Right.
And there's no problem with there being WWE, AEW, TNA, NWA, and then you still got Ring of Honor out there, but that's under the AEW umbrella. Basically, what it comes down to is that you give the wrestlers more places to work.
Right.
And I'm very happy about that.
Me too. Now, the big question out of all this, how does this move them into competition with both AEW and WWE?
So they can't be competition to AEW and WWE. If they look at themselves, and I know Scott D'Amore is smarter than that, they're not going to look at themselves as competition to WWE. They're going to look at themselves as alternative to the bigger promotions. Let's give them something that they're not getting in the other companies. Yeah, WWE might be putting out good stories, but they're not really doing good matches, except maybe here or there.
Right.
So let's give them good matches. AEW, yeah, well, they're not really doing a lot of stories, but they're doing good matches. We need to have both.
They do have both.
So that's where the opposite. I'm gonna tell you the last time, but I was really invested in TNA. It was during the Aces and Eights storyline, and I thought that had so much potential because I was a big Sons of Anarchy fan.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought that had so much potential, and I thought honestly, I don't know what the plan changed or whatever, but the initial part of it, what they were trying to do was basically like an invasion. It was basically the NWO as a biker gang, which is something that was funny that when I was doing another podcast, I suggested that as well. There be a biker NWO kind of gang, and Lord Bill Aces and Aces comes. But whatever, I listen. They don't listen to Frank D, so I had nothing to do with it. Whatever. Although those shows are still up on GoRig.net right now. You can go listen to them, whatever. But whatever. Anyways, so I don't know what the original plan was, but Eric Bischoff was supposed to have been revealed as the leader of Aces and Eights. He was feuding with Hogan at the time and Dixie Carter. That would have been a money storyline. The problem happened. The problem that happened with Aces and Eights and why it fell off is when they started to reveal some of the people that were involved. They just weren't compelling at all. Only one they had that was compelling was Billy Ray. And Devon being a part of it really made no sense. So that's the last time I was really invested. And then after that, I know they had brought back, once again, they brought back the Main Event Mafia. They came back. Then AJ left.
Mm-hmm.
They wanted AJ to take a pay cut, which is like, how dare you ask AJ Styles, a guy who is pretty much, I would say, outside of Jeff Jarrett and Kurt Angle carrying that company on his back. How dare you ask him to take a pay cut? Money problems after money problems. And a lot of the BS that was going on with Spike TV, which ended their relationship there, but then went to Destination America. Yeah. I really stopped watching at Destination America. I really got out of TNA, honestly, once AJ was gone and once Jeff Jarrett left. When I knew Jeff Jarrett was gone, I said, this is not going good at all. So, to say that, I'm glad they're back. I've suggested this many times here on No Gimmicks to bring back TNA. I think the TNA name is a much more viable asset than Impact Wrestling. It just is what it is. If you want to call the show TNA Impact, that's fine, like back in the day. But we need this to be same TNA, new attitude.
Yeah,
it's the new school TNA with a little bit
old school,
new
school tools.
Exactly.
Yep.
Let's make basically what's that old saying? What's old is new again.
Yep.
Let's go there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You got Alex Shelley out there. It's a champion. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
very good. And like I was saying last night, I wouldn't mind seeing Josh Alexander as champion was actually really good. I actually became invested in his character and what he was doing. He reminded me of Kurt Angle. So I wouldn't mind seeing him carrying the torch for them again. But Impact or now TNA, I can go back to calling them TNA. I was doing it the whole time.
Yeah. So, that's what it was to me. It was I said, bro, didn't I say this on this show? You don't hear people saying Impact. That ain't never happened.
Right.
It's always TNA. When they got done playing that video, that's what the people were chanting. You had all the wrestlers. You had Alex Shelley in there, Frankie Kazarian, Scott D'Amore, Eric Young, Josh.
Some of the people that were there.
Exactly. Yeah. They were all out there. They were doing this shit. They listened to the crowd because it popped the place.
Yep.
I'm very excited for the future. For TNA to see what they're going to do. I'm excited about this.
Yes.
This is great.
Yes.
This is great.
It's awesome. Yes. It's awesome. But I'm telling you, if they get a TV deal, it will be very good for them. Then that's what they need to work towards because I think from my money, They have the best product overall. It is consistent. They do stories. The matches are telling stories and capping stories. They do a well job of transitioning. The women's division is great, and the men's division is great as well. Like, they have the best product right now, and I would love to see them on a bigger stage. I really would. And with the TNA name, it's easier to chant.
So this is what my suggestion would be. They need to get eyes on this revamped TNA that's coming. They need to get back up with AEW because it'll help them out. It'll give them a big boost.
Yeah.
They already did that before, but when they did it, there was no fans there to see it, really.
Right.
It was on a pandemic era.
Right.
Let's take this TNA. Let's take this AEW. They need each other right now.
They do.
AEW needs something to give them a shot in the arm. What I am suggesting is this. Blood and guts. The best TNA has to offer, the best AEW has to offer. And let's get it on. Let's do some shit over here. Let's do some shit over here. Let's all work together. It's strength in numbers.
Yeah.
And they already
both need that.
They're friendly already because Don Callis used to work at TNA.
Right.
So they're already friendly. Tony Khan needs a shot in the arm with his business right now. Right now, you know what the buzz in the business is right now?
TNA.
That's the buzz right now. And I'm happy as hell to see that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So when they say
social media lit up too. Everything lit up.
Positive response to this.
Yes.
Not
very positive.
I mean, you got some here and there, you got assholes, but majority of it has been positive. Yes. This is what people have been wanting. Now, there's no plans to bring back the 6-sided ring. That's not going to happen. And a lot of talents.
No, they already shot that down.
Yeah, a lot of talents didn't want that ring back anyways, because they said it was held.
I don't care. Honestly.
I don't care about the ring. What I care about is the product. They're supposed to raise the production value here, so I just can't wait to see what they do. I was hoping, man, that there was a possibility that they could get back into Universal Studios on the soundstage.
That would be awesome.
That would be the place to go.
The original Impact Zone.
Yep.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah,
that would be awesome.
So I think the sky's the limit for them. Honestly, I think this time they can grow this thing, and there's a lot of positive momentum with it right now.
They have everything there right now to make a great splash.
Yep,
they do.
So if anybody out there is listening at TNA Wrestling, thank you very much. I'm not saying that I'm responsible for anything. I'm saying that on this podcast, No Gimmicks podcast, I have been suggesting this for the last few months about bringing TNA back. So I'm glad you guys have finally done it.
I have been very vocal about them having the best product too.
You absolutely. So we're advocates for TNA. We're happy to see TNA come back, and I'm happy as hell. And I'm going to invest in the product. And I'm going to invest in the product by subscribing to their Impact Plus subscription service. That's what I'm going to do. I've had it previously, but now I'm going to get it back because I'm going to watch all this old TNA footage. Getting ready. Oh, hell yeah. I already do it on the network. So I want to go back and see some classic Impacts, classic NWA TNA shows from the Asylum in Nashville. Shit, man. TNA did a lot of great matches back in the day, bro.
They did.
Raven versus Jeff Jarrett was one of the top programs they had.
Yeah.
Ron Truth Killings. When he was K Crush.
Yep.
All that. So I'm down with it, man. I'm ready. Listen, more power to TNA, bro. I'm digging it.
Yeah, me too. Loving it. I'm loving it. All right, man. Let's move on. So you before we move on.
Yeah.
So we were talking about stuff, but we actually did hang out this weekend.
Right.
We actually did hang out this weekend.
Right.
So, but before that, you were at SmackDown. So
Yes.
you were in the building.
Yep.
What was your experience in the building?
I thought it was a fun show.
Really?
I really did. Yeah, I thought it was a fun show. I sat ringside.
Mhm.
Was in the front row ringside. And I thought they did a pretty good show. Honestly, thought they kept the people engaged and involved. Listen, this show here, they weren't piping nothing. I didn't hear any Thunderdome. John Cena got a big ass reaction. Rey Mysterio got a decent pop when he came out there. Logan Paul had heat. Logan Paul really impressed me. What is his promo work out there? Because a lot of stuff he was saying was actually true. I couldn't deny anything he was saying.
That. Yeah,
I'm not a fan of him, but I couldn't deny what he was saying.
Right.
But I'm gonna tell you right now, this might shock some people. If you're not following the No Gimmicks podcast group on Facebook, you should be. I post in there hourly. The biggest saying is that I am officially an LA Knight fan. The guy won me over. He won me over. At first, even when I was outside in the line, I'm like, I don't get it. People were yelling at, yeah, shit. And I remember when they were doing it when we went to the Royal Rumble.
At the Rumble, that's when I got it.
Yeah,
I was like, what?
I don't get it.
Fuck. At the Rumble, I was like, what? This guy is over. I knew it at the Rumble. I was like, this guy is over. And I thought his buzz was going to die down because he didn't win that match with Bray. And I was like, all right, it's over. But no, it wasn't. Like, he got bigger.
Yeah. So he came out there. Paul Heyman was in the ring. And LA Knight came out there, and he got a huge pop in the crowd. LA Knight is basically Stone Cold Steve Austin for 2023. That's all it is. He has the mannerisms of Stone Cold Steve Austin. He talks like Stone Cold Steve Austin. That's what it is. So I was digging it. I understand it now. So I'm cool with it. And I get it now. And I think it's an absolute travesty that they're going to feed him to Roman Reigns at Crown Jewel.
Now,
you know that's what's going to happen.
I know that's what's going to happen. I hate saying it because I know it's going to happen.
Right.
But what if?
No.
You don't think so?
Nope.
I'm trying to paint the scenario out there. Like, what if?
Nope. Because let me tell you why. They already planted the seeds for Cody. That's already planted.
They did.
You also have The Rock out there in the universe somewhere too. Now, if I had to put on which one of these ones I think might happen, it's going to be Cody.
To beat him for the belt?
Yes.
It all depends for me. It really depends. Like, who's making the call for WrestleMania?
Well, this is all Triple H's shit.
If it's Triple H, then Roman's probably losing to Cody.
Yep.
If it's anyone other than Triple H, the Rock's facing them at WrestleMania.
Well, here's the thing. Triple H was the one who made the call for him to drop, for Cody to lose at Mania. So, I just think it's time coming up at Mania for Roman it's just time. Roman,
he has to lose the belt.
He has to drop
Mania.
Yeah, he has to drop it. But the thing I'm worried about here when it comes to LA Knight, and I'm not saying this is what will happen, but the guy is hot right now.
Very.
So you don't want to mess up that momentum by having him go out there and lose to Roman Reigns. There has to be a DQ or something with this.
It has to be trickery.
Solo has to come out there, or Jimmy or somebody has to come out there, because it makes no sense why you would squash this guy.
Yeah.
Speaking of Jimmy Uso, saw Jimmy the other night too. Jimmy is a very wacky dude. Like I'm a little bit intrigued now where they're going with this angle.
I've been telling you this too.
Dude thinks he's in the bloodline, but does he really want to be in the bloodline?
No.
Is he trying to get the Roman?
Yes. He's trying to destroy it. I told you this.
So then what the hell? You see how this is convoluted, right?
He is the wild card in all of this. Because he's there and he's close. It's keep your enemies close type of situation. That's where he is right now. Jay's all the way out.
So maybe, and if you notice, they've been doing more interactions with Jimmy and Jay.
Yeah.
So maybe the plan has changed a little bit here. Maybe
I think the plan
is not to be. Maybe it's not to be Cody Rhodes. Maybe it's Jimmy Uso.
I don't think that would. I think the plan for me, is Jimmy versus Jay because he's going to drag Jay back into it.
But they're already doing it now.
Yeah.
That's what happened on SmackDown.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying.
They hadn't had any interactions except the last couple weeks. So I'm like, I thought the whole point really of moving him to Raw was to keep these two apart till at least the Royal Rumble.
And that's what they attempted to do on
SmackDown. But what I'm saying is that if they have a match with these two, if let's say they want to do it for Survivor Series, then you're killing the whole thing for WrestleMania.
No, because I think
that's how you're gonna drag it out.
I think you can get one before because you can't drag this out to WrestleMania. You just can't.
You could.
So I think you could, but it may grow cold, and I think that may be the fear.
I don't think so. Here's the thing: you could have kept them apart, had them do other shit. The first interaction between you two should have been at the Royal Rumble.
Okay.
Jimmy's out there hitting.
It's still a little ways away though.
Jimmy's out, but see, they already have this stuff already. Well, I don't know what they do now. I do know the old WWF. They had WrestleMania next year already planned.
Yeah, they had everything in a nutshell. Yeah.
So my thing would be if they're out there in the Rumble doing their thing, Jimmy's out there, and then boom, Jey Uso's music hits. Finally, the showdown between the two brothers. But they're killing it right now because they haven't too much interaction. So there's no more surprise. The surprise factor isn't there anymore.
Yeah, and I think they may be hitting the panic button on it a little bit because to me, I think the fear would be they don't want to get it cold and people not care about it if they hold off too long. So have them interact at Survivor Series, keep them apart until after the Rumble.
See, I don't think they're doing that, bro. I think they're going to go with the match. They got very physical on SmackDown, so I think they're going to go with the match at Survivor Series. I think that's what they're moving to. And I'm like, why would you? I'm not saying. I mean, apparently Survivor Series is important again, but why would you do it at Survivor Series?
That's true too.
The first match. So here's and this is damn, man.
So, but here's the thing though.
Yeah.
Say you build this all the way up to WrestleMania, right? You keep them apart. What's the plan after Mania? Is it for it to culminate at WrestleMania and be over and done with, or do you want to drag this out and make a longer story out of it?
You can make a longer story out of it because it's been done before. They did it with Bret and Owen. The first, so the Bret Owen storyline, if you remember, that started at Survivor Series '93,
right?
When Bret, was walking across the apron of the ring, and Owen, took a Shawn Michaels Irish whip into the ropes, and then knocked Bret off to the barricade. Then Owen gets rolled up by Shawn, he's eliminated. Bret wins the match, right? Owen comes back at the end, thinks he's going to celebrate, pulls him down, and pushes Bret. So that started that storyline right there. Then they got back together. Then remember they had the tag team match at the Royal Rumble. Then Bret's knee was messed up, and then Owen attacked Bret. Okay, then the first match didn't happen until WrestleMania 10. That was their first match.
So you saying they could actually, so they could do the same thing here?
No, they fucked it up. Because they
are you
pulled
trying
the
to go the match route?
They pulled the trigger too early at SummerSlam. That's the problem. They pulled it too early. If they had kept this thing going until Roman versus Jay at Survivor Series, that could have been where Jimmy turned on Jay at Survivor Series.
Yeah, but he turned way too early.
That's what I'm saying, bro. They messed the whole thing. They messed the whole plan up. I think after Sammy, they had nowhere to go.
I feel like that about a lot of people, though. Like even Cody. I feel like
we were
that.
talking about, and that's something we were talking about in the car yesterday going to Mission Pro. What is Cody's character?
Exactly. And a light bulb went off in my head. I was like, I never thought of Cody as a character. I never have. I've just thought of Cody as Cody. He is who he is. Not Cody Rhodes, even though he's not really Cody Rhodes. That never dawned on me to think of him that way.
Yeah, it has to me. When I look at the American Nightmare, I'm like, well, what is that?
See, even that, like, it never dawns on me like the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. In my brain, it's like, it's a play off the American Dream. He doesn't want to be the Dream. He's the Nightmare.
But that's a heel.
Exactly. Now that you say that, my mind goes, well, technically, you should be a heel.
It's like, I know what Ric Flair is.
Right.
He's the limousine riding, jet flying, kiss Steven, wheeling dealing, son of a gun.
What if, because Cody Rhodes is a Star Wars fan, what if he's gradually turning and we just don't know it?
Are you trying to give me an Anakin Skywalker analogy?
Yes. What if he's doing that?
What are you trying to say? That Cody's going to say, I don't fear the dark side as all of you do?
Yeah.
So let me ask you a question. Who's Cody's Obi-Wan?
It would be Randy Orton.
Randy Orton rumored to return at Survivor Series.
Yeah. So what if, bro? Like, what if this has been happening the whole time? And he's just been there wearing the suits.
Well, there was a rumor that, when Cody was at AEW, he had some heel stuff, but he was saving it for WWE.
And this is kind of what I expected out of him in AEW, honestly, if we were being honest. Wearing the suits, knowing that he's a Star Wars fan, he's gradually turning. And nobody picks up on it.
Where's Bullet Club Cody? The American Nightmare.
Yeah.
Guess we'll see, won't we?
Yeah. Some pretty interesting stuff.
Yep. But Jey Uso, big time over at SmackDown. He wrestled Drew McIntyre in a dark match. Good seeing John Cena out there doing his thing. So, SmackDown overall, I give it about 8 out of 10. It was all right.
That's good. That's a good score.
Yeah, it was all right. Yeah, it was cool.
I did notice
saw the Queen.
Videos.
Saw the Queen, Charlotte.
Oh yeah.
Let me tell you something about Charlotte Flair. Girl is smooth in the ring. There's a reason
you can tell.
There's a reason why she is probably the best female wrestler in the business. Everything she did is smooth. Charlotte was made for this shit. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So she did her thing out there.
I'm going to go on record in saying something. And I don't want this to be controversial. I don't.
Oh, it will be.
But
When someone says, I don't want something to be controversial, it's almost like saying, well, I don't want to sound racist.
No. No. I'm not. It's not going to be there. I'm gonna try to put this as lightly as I can.
Okay.
I don't think Charlotte is the GOAT.
Oh, shit.
Yet. But I think in due time she will be.
Controversial comment.
That is not controversial.
Yes, it is.
I'm going to tell you why.
You gotta tell me shit.
Right now, for paving the road to where Charlotte is right now, I still feel that spot belongs to Trish Stratus. Because
oh, hell no.
I do.
No.
I do.
No.
I do.
No, I'm stopping you on that one. Hell no.
I do.
Absolutely not.
You can argue with whoever.
You tell me. You tell me when Trish Stratus was out there, and ain't no knock against Trish, I'm just telling them what it is. She was out there during the Divas era of a WWE.
I know.
Charlotte, Bayley, all the rest of them that came after that era, they completely fucking topped anything they did. And they had some good. They had some good workers. They had the Jacquelines. They had the Jazz.
They did.
They had the Molly Hollies. Okay, they had the Victorias.
But
the
understand,
Those were my favorites.
It was
Trish
incredibly.
Stratus is nowhere fucking near a good wrestler as Charlotte Flair. Hell no.
No, I'm saying for what she did to get women's wrestling to where it is now, that spot is still hers because she had to carry that torch during that time. Now, I'm going to stop right there, and then I'm going to say what Charlotte is doing now is changing the entire landscape because it's no longer about what Trish and them did. It isn't. Now it's about the athleticism and what you actually do and how you actually perform. Charlotte is carrying that torch. And for what women's wrestling will be, she's going to be the GOAT. That's just my opinion.
Well, opinions are like assholes. Everybody's got one.
But you know I'm right, though.
Whatever you say, buddy.
You know I'm right. It's okay.
Whatever you say.
It's okay. You ain't got to argue. It's okay.
Whatever you say, pal.
But speaking of women's wrestling, we were privileged enough to attend Mission Pro Wrestling.
Absolutely.
Last night.
Absolutely.
The Thriller event.
Yep.
We just talked about SmackDown, and attending this event after SmackDown, how do you feel about this event?
Oh, first of all, let me tell you something. So, these female wrestlers at Mission Pro Wrestling and the bookers of Mission Pro Wrestling, they put on a very entertaining show.
Very much.
I was entertained the entire time that I was there.
Yes.
They kept you engaged. They pulled off a lot of cool stuff during that show. I've never been to a show like that before. I am now hooked and want to go back.
Yes.
The girls that wrestled out there, they told stories in the ring. They were out. I mean, these are some women, I'm telling you people, you're going to see these women one day. They're going to wrestle for WWE. They're going to wrestle in AEW.
All of them.
In TNA. They're going to do work in NWA, MLW, New Japan, whatever. You're going to see a lot of these girls. They're going to make it. My favorite on the show, and I have to say this, I am a big fan of Jasmine Allure. Jasmine Allure reminds me of Sasha Banks, but better.
Oh, that's a strong statement.
She has it. She has it. She really has it. So I love to see her make it. We sponsored No Gimmicks Podcast sponsored a match that we actually sponsored two matches. But one in particular was with Maya World, who's been a guest on this podcast before, and Izzy Moreno. And if you guys don't remember Izzy was the super baby fan from back in the day on NXT. This girl has followed her dream, and she is now wrestling. And I told her last night, I was talking to her. I told her last night. I says, "I'm glad to see you followed your dream, and I hope you make it to the Fed one day, and I hope you wrestle Bailey." I said that would be cool.
That would be amazing.
And I could tell what I said to her meant a lot to her because I came in her real. You feel me? So that right there, when you talk about a wrestling show versus a sports entertainment show, with the sports entertainment show having commercial breaks and trying to sell you stuff and pander to you versus a little small indie show that kept it going and it went by fast. I'm going to put Mission Pro Wrestling. I'm giving Mission Pro Wrestling a 10 out of 10.
Yeah. That was the fastest 2 hours I think I've sat through in a while. Like it was moving, and we had an intermission to where you can go around and engage and get merch and stuff.
I'll tell you one thing they can improve on if they can do it. I'm not saying they can do it if they can. If they can get a food truck out there in the parking lot or something, that would be boss.
Oh yeah.
If you get a food truck with some, Connie asada or some shit, oh yeah, you got me, dude. Like for real. But I'm giving it a 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
I had fun. It was cool to be there. They treated us well. And this is actually right here.
Mm-hmm.
This is the flyer from the show.
Yep. I got me a little haul too. So
yeah. So right there's a Thriller. And it's signed by My World and Izzy.
Yep.
So real cool weekend of wrestling.
And I got me a shirt from another one of our sponsors.
Absolutely.
Morgan Mercy, who also had a banger of it. That match was her Gypsy match. I was not expecting that.
Black Swan is another one.
Yes.
She worked her ass off out there in that match.
In a casket match. Yeah.
One of the most entertaining casket matches I've ever seen. I'm like, listen, whenever and apparently this was taped for Title Match Wrestling. Yeah. So whenever this drops, I'm going to let you people know when it drops so you can go
It's already there.
Oh, it's already there?
Yeah, it's already there. It's already on the
Title Match Wrestling. It's going to, Mission Pro Wrestling presents Thriller from yesterday, October 21st. Y'all need to go check it out.
Check that out. Please go check that out. That was my first Mission Pro show attending. So yeah, I had a lot of fun. So much to where I'm like, I know they're coming back in December, which I think they just announced an event too. In December 3rd, Silver Bells 3 at the same spot. So I already told you last night. I'm probably gonna come back for that one.
I'm gonna be right there.
So yeah, that was fun. That was fun. The ladies were great. Engaging with all of them, and some of the guys I actually follow on social media that work there, and I didn't know it, and I ended up meeting them last night because they recognized No Gimmicks. They were like, "You guys are sponsors," and I'm like, "Yeah," and like, "Oh, I'm such and such." So I was like, "Oh, that's cool." That was cool. It was cool meeting people that we engage with. So very fun show. But yeah, if you're in the San Antonio area, highly encourage you to go to a Mission Pro show.
Definitely. Some of the best female talents in Texas and some of the best female talents in the wrestling business. Trust me.
Did you have a match of the night? What was your match of the night?
It had to be damn dude, there were so many good matches out there. But everyone was good for me. Honestly, my favorite match had to be, because there was so much going on, and it was so physical. Had to be Black Swan versus
JP Harlow.
Yep. The casket match.
They had a lot going on. Yeah. They had a lot going on in that match.
That's the one that kept like everything else was cool, but those were all straight matches. This one was the gimmick match for the night.
And as good as every match was, I felt like that one needed to be there.
Yes.
Because it did fit. And it broke the ice.
Now I'll tell you one thing. Had I known that they were doing a costume contest.
I forgot to tell you. I totally forgot to tell you this.
You already know I would have won.
You would have won.
Oh yeah.
Although I'm not mad at who won because
Yeah.
they did that.
Right.
They did that. They did the thing on that one.
Yeah.
So
But I would have kicked their ass.
Yeah.
You
I
see when
forgot.
you were here what I'm working with.
Yes. I was like, yeah, you'd have won. I totally forgot though. But yeah.
If you ain't following, and I'm gonna let you know right now, Frank D is probably gonna watch a whole other different YouTube channel. This is all gonna be my cosplay shit. Like right now, I just put some videos out right now of me dressed in my Darth Vader build. I did that. I've done my Michael Myers because I got some other shit coming because I got another mask coming tomorrow from Halloween 2, the Warlock, and I got the you saw the suit.
Yep.
I got some shit playing, so
he's got some shit, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, so when I launch this channel, y'all gotta go support your boy. I got this idea because there's a channel I follow. It's Michael Myers in Decatur. So I got the
Oh, that dude is funny, bro.
Hell yeah. Yep.
That dude is funny.
Yep.
His wife makes
his wife, and now you got his son Harrison is involved in it now too. He dressed up as Michael Myers. And they played the video I saw was they were outside. I guess the
neighbors were moving in.
Yeah, and he had the knife up like this. He's like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry."
Get in the house.
Yeah, funny shit. So that's where I'm going with mine, dude. So mine's basically going to be Michael Myers. It'll be Michael Myers. It's going to be Darth Vader because I'm building it. I got Black saw the whole setup.
It's legit, ladies and gentlemen. It's legit.
I got the voice saying and all that shit, bro. Like,
it's legitimate. He put some effort into that, and it's going to be amazing. So yeah, tune in to him.
Oh yeah, I'll let you know when I'm dropping.
All right, man. Final thoughts. What you got?
Well, that went by quick.
It did.
You know what? I don't have any anything negative to say. It's been a fun weekend. I appreciate you hooking us up with Mission Pro Wrestling. And this week here was the birthday week of Frank D. My birthday was
man. Happy belated birthday.
Well, I appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. I had fun all week. It's been a blast. It started on Tuesday. 17th was my birthday. And it's been, SmackDown Friday, Mission Pro Wrestling. I had to hang out with my boy here. And it's just been fun, man. I'm having a blast, bro. Like, for real. So, and I appreciate all the birthday wishes out there from everybody that hooked me up. It's been dope.
Very much so, man. Very much so. But yeah, I really appreciate it coming into town and, us getting to hang out more so than, going to see a Mission Pro show. That was dope, man. That was really dope. So
yeah.
So much so that I'm like, I told Con, I was like, I'm going back.
Right.
So I watched, she was like, how was it? It's like, I'm going back.
Yeah.
I'm definitely going back. So Mission Pro, I hope you guys get ready for us again because we will definitely be in the building again.
Oh yeah, we're gonna be mainstays, Mission Pro. All right. We're always looking for somebody to sponsor. So that's what it is.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
You got us. You hooked us.
No. I got hooked. Wrestling is fun again.
Yes, it is fun. So hell yeah. And we were just talking about this. Like we lived across, well, not across the street, but a street away from each other, and we never really did all this stuff.
No, we went to like one. We went to New Japan. They were in Long Beach.
Yep.
We went to that show. I don't think we ever went any WWE shows.
No.
We didn't do that. Because it's like WWE was shit. So like, I don't want to go to that shit.
Yeah, and then the pandemic happened.
Exactly. Yeah. So I kind of like now when they come, like, yeah, I got to go because like that was taken from us for a little while there.
Yeah.
Because of the pandemic. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. So copy that. Pretty much. Don't forget to have your pets spayed or neutered, and that way you can help protect the pet population out there. And yeah, man, listen. Here's the thing, though. I'm gonna tell you this right here, okay? So there's a lot of people out there that don't like things, right? But if we like it, leave us the fuck alone. You dig?
Please.
Yeah. I hear so many people complaining. I hear so many people complaining about this and complaining about that, bro. Frank D is not going to complain anymore. If I like something, I like it. Fuck you. That's it.
Hey,
That's it.
That works for me.
That's it.
That works for me.
Just because some people didn't like Ahsoka, I liked it. I liked episode 5. Could they have done better? Yes. Is there room for improvement? Probably. Do we know where it's leading to? Yeah, the whack ass sequel trilogy. That's where it's leading to. So, real quick, Disney, if you want to save Star Wars, you have to do this.
Don't say it.
Luke, Leia, Han Solo, Darth Vader, Yoda, Chewbacca. There you go. That's what people want. You can also sprinkle a little Darth Revan, Darth Bane. You know,
Bane, definitely.
Keep our boy Anakin Skywalker there. Hayden Christensen. Keep him there. Ahsoka Tano. All right. Other than that, everything else can go to hell.
Meh. Works for me.
That's how I feel.
Works for me.
In public.
Oh man, but once again, man, thank you to Mission Pro Wrestling. Thank you for being so hospitable, and we'll be back. But I got nothing else, man.
I got nothing else either. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for listening to the No Gimmicks podcast here on the DFPN. And don't forget, right now, our United States Department of Nerds are doing a podcast. They're doing All Hallows Eve, talking about some horror movies. They're talking about Scream, probably Halloween, whatever. You don't want to miss that. Only way you can hear that, Patreon. $3, people. $3. You dig?
Subscribe.
Go subscribe. $3. Seriously.
Yep.
That's it.
That's it. But until then, peace. Y'all have a good one and enjoy whatever the fuck you want to enjoy. Peace.
And I know it's all business, all business, all business. We give them no gimmick. Yeah. And I know it's all business, all business, all business. We give them no gimmick. Yeah. And I know it's all business, all business, all business. We give them no gimmicks.